ഒസിമാൻഡിസിൻ്റെ ഒരു ചെറിയ സമ്മറിയാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്. ടെക്സ്റ്റ് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, വായിക്കേണ്ടവർക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പോസ് ചെയ്ത് വായിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ. Ozymandias by P.B Shelly. The speaker of the poem meets a traveler who came from an ancient land. So we can understand that the speaker of the poem is telling a story from a person who he met on a journey. So the person he met is a traveler who came from an ancient land, a land of history, a land which has rich stories to tell. Then the traveler describes two large stone legs of a statue, with which lack a torso to connect them and which stand upright in the desert. So the man told the speaker about a story of a statue which only has two legs and does not have a torso to connect the two legs to fill the whole body of a human or the full look of a person. There is no torso, only legs are there, which stand upright in the desert. The legs are still standing upright in the desert. Near the legs, half buried in sand, is the broken face of the statue. So, as we mentioned, there is no torso, but there is a face which is half sank in the sand, and we can say that. But the face is broken from the whole body, and it is in the sand. The statue's facial expression, a frown and a wrinkled lip. We can understand that the face is a bit broken, or it's all right. So it will be having the features of old sculpture. Okay, and there is a frown and wrinkled lip. We can understand that the look on the face is frown. So he will be angry, or he will be uh, a kind of mentality having to give orders like that. Okay, a wrinkled lip, so he will be old, form a commanding haughty sneer. As I mentioned, it's giving it the statue which he mentioned is giving an order, commanding. Haughty sneer means uh, they does not have any value for others apart from them. Okay, they have a haughty sneer, uncontrolled or very sneer. The expression shows that the sculpture understood the emotions of the person the statue is based on, and now those emotions live on. The sculptor is very much adept in what he do. So he he did the best he could, and he made the sculpture. He made the sculpture the best he could, and it the skill of the sculptor is transient as he sees the as traveler sees the face is still perfect with expressing emotions. Emotions live on, carved forever on inanimate stone. We can see that it is still living. The emotions are still living. In making the face, the sculptor's skilled hands mocked up the perfect recreation of those feelings of the heart that fed these feelings. So the sculptor has really did it well. So the hurt, what the hurt of the dictator, or what the hurt of the owner of the sculpture is really expressed through his face, and the and in the process so perfectly conveyed the subject's cruelty. Cruelty is expressed, and the statue itself seems to be mocking its subjects. So even the cruelty or the commanding attitude is there. We can understand that there is it. He died, and his statue is broken. The traveler next describes the words inscribed on the pedestal of the statue. He describes the words that described on the pedestal on the stand of the statue, which say, "My name is Ozymandias." The name of the king must be Ozymandias, the king who rules over other kings. So he is the ruler of other kings. So he himself thinks that he is the ruler of rulers. Behold what I have built. All who think of yourself as powerful and despair at the magnificence and superiority of my accomplishments. There is nothing else in the area. So he thinks that even whatever things the other rulers or other kings have got or achieved, he is the real king. He is the best king of the world. He is the ruler of rulers. He, when he compares the accomplishments he had with with other accomplishments those other kings had, he sees nothing. So there is nothing in the area. Surrounding that remnants of large statue is never ending and barren desert with empty and flat stands stretching into distance. So it is a desert as I mentioned before, and there is nothing there. Only the remnants of the large statue. Okay. So that's it.